Hi friends, it's Lori June with my little handcrafted bumblebee baby girl doll. I stitched this up one day. This was a kit, and I think I had gotten it for really inexpensive at one of the thrift stores. Anyway, I had fun stitching her. She was actually pre-made, but I stitched up her little pants and her bumblebee costume. And so this is my handcrafted, and what I'm sharing into is hashtag art journal bonus prompt 2526. It's an open collaboration I host, and I don't know if you can tell, but I have come down with some kind of a cold. I had like a plugged ear and plugged sinuses over the weekend, and I've had a fever, and all I really want to do is have chicken soup and read. So this video is going to be short and sweet, but what I want to share is the shout out list for this week. And I'm going to show you a little different journal. I don't know if I've shared this before or not, but this, many of you have expressed interest in my journals, and my grandson had asked me to paint his truck. He still is so in love with this truck. This was his first truck, and anyway, that was a little practice page I had done for that. And this is a angel I had painted after actually the grandson's great grandmother had passed, and I had fun doing that. And I believe I sketched this for Dog's Coloring, which was Jamie's collab. And this is Thelma and Louise, so I'll just focus on that a bit, and I'll do a little reading from my shout out list. I want to thank Joyce over at Mrs. Peach Thrifty Living. She has been doing a phenomenal job, you guys, contributing into this collab each week. She's done she's doing a list of the letters of the alphabet. I believe she's up to P. Yeah, P for peace and prayer and plentiful. And also want to thank Audrey over at Odds and Ends. Audrey has shared many pages. I'd like to go into detail, but I'm going to kind of speed this up. As you can hear, I'm getting kind of sniffy. This is a page from one of my previous journal entries. I think this was beach and picnic. You see my picnic blanket there with my picnic basket and some berry stickers, and of course there's always crows flying around at the beach. And I want to lift Audrey up in prayer and offer my condolences for a recent passing of a family member. I want to thank Susan at I Totally Love It for always sharing our hashtag in her junk journal news video on Sundays. I will tag her. Gwen at Gwen the Trash Witch has contributed many pages. Pat over at Crafting with Pat and More has done many crafting pages as well. And like I said, I'm not going to go into detail. Jennifer Elizabeth over at Perry Piccola's Vlogs. I know she's been super busy and hasn't had time to share regularly, and that's totally fine. Jump in anytime, as does Olena Spicer. And I want to say this piece of work here was, Olena, you inspired me to do this page. Olena had done a collage, and she started off with tissue paper, or I believe she used tissue paper. Well, I used tissue paper. And so this would be another handcrafted item. I created this little bird out of paper scraps. Oh, and here's a little Twinchie I had made. So anyway, this bird just out of paper scraps, and this was Burt's Bees hand lotion packaging I had gotten from my son for Christmas, and some fun glittery feather stickers. But Elena, thank you for your inspiration. So she had started with collage with the tissue paper, and then she added various spots of color. And when I have a moment, I will tag that video. Turn the light on here. So Elena, thank you for your inspiration. I should not be up. I should be in bed. I'm feeling kind of woozy, and I've had plugged sinuses, and my right ear has been kind of sore. It's not sore, but it's plugged and kind of popping. So the words between us. So I used acrylic paint. I used some colored pencil and some crayon, and added some stickers just to make this wild sort of really cool a double page spread. So I've been wanting to share this for a long time for you to see, Elena. Here's some little papers I had used for I had cut them out on my die cut machine and just layered them. So back to my list. I guess I'll focus on this a bit more. Focus down onto my house. And there we go. Lynn over at Linen Crafting is a regular contributor. And Lynn, I know I owe you Happy Mail, and I promise I will get to that. There's been so much going on in my life here, and now I'm a little under the weather. So, Marijo and Chloe, Marijo's Crafting and Dolls, that's her old channel name. Marijo, thank you for pitching in and helping me on the share the prompts a couple weeks ago. That was handcrafted and understanding. Pat, Lynn, and Marijo did those. Jennifer Elizabeth, who else? Crystal at Papercraft Crystal has done some cool pages. Marijo, Kat at Bohemian Dollhouse, and Kat has made some phenomenal pages. All of these channels have. Please check out everyone's channel who has shared, because I am so appreciative, and I do get inspiration from seeing everybody's work. Let's go through the rest. I'm gonna demonstrate this. This was a exercise in spiral motion and I added watercolor paint and just markers and pen to to demonstrate this circular it's very repetitive. Patterns are good for the brain. It helps to calm the brain. And here's another I had done that was back in February already, and another one of my Zentangles, and I think there's only one other page here left in this book. Yeah, this was a watercolor and oil pastel crayons I had done for this page. And so thank you for joining me on hashtag Art Journal Bonus Prompt 2526. I might as well pick a couple of new prompts right now. Oh, what happened to my pause button? I don't see a pause button. Well, what could we do for prompt? How about spring? I know many of you have probably already done spring pages, but today truly is the first weather-wise day of spring here in Michigan, where I live. Some little mandala cutouts I had done. So anyway, spring. Show me your spring pages. I have done my reading challenge for the month of March. March was reading month. So our library system offers a prize for every book that, they offer a prize for the books you have read and turned in. There was various choices like a memoir, childhood favorite, March new release, classic novel, go in blind without reading what it's about, book with a number in the title, set in a city you'd like to visit, suggested book by a library worker, a book that has been translated, food on the cover, read a debut novel, a banned book, a genre you've never read before, set in another country, and a book with a TV or movie adaptation. So in addition to spring, tell me the name of a book that you have read this month. And so a book with a green cover I had read, that was The Charm Bracelet, and it's a Michigan author, but I didn't write the author's name down. So that was one entry. A book about books, which was The Great Witch of Brittany by Louisa Morgan, and the book in that book was titled A Grimoire. It's an ancient book passed on from generation to generation, about herbs and all things mystical and magical, and such as people paste. I picked this up at the Amish store near me. People paste is a poultice for many various infections, cuts, so on and so forth, but it contains golden seal, comfrey root, lobelia, and slippery elm, equal parts, and it says this will and it's all ground into a fine powder, and it says just take a small amount, mix water in it to create a thick paste, and then put it on your wound, such as I burnt myself on my toaster oven. It's too late for that now. It eventually scabbed over, and it's fine. It's not outrageous. So back to my prompts. Spring and book. Tell me something about a book you have read. Okay, favorite author currently is Frida McFadden. I read The Housemaid is Watching. A female character was The Charm Bracelet, and a male character is I don't have it written down here. It is, I can't remember the name of the book. I'll get back to you next video. So thank you for sharing with me, everyone. And thank you for contributing into this collab. And if I have missed you, please let me know. Let me go over my list real quick again here. Pat, Lynn, Marijo, Jennifer, Elizabeth, Joyce, Kat, Audrey, Susan, Joyce, Gwen, Pat, Lynne, and Olena. And once again, have a wonderful rest of your day, and send me some good healing energy. And if you'd want, bring me a bowl of new fresh chicken soup. Thanks. Bye bye, everyone. Peace.